The Dreamcatcher. Elizabeth always had a fascination with the occult. She loved exploring abandoned buildings, reading about mysterious creatures, and delving into the supernatural. So when her friend gave her an antique Dreamcatcher as a birthday gift, she was thrilled. The Dreamcatcher was beautiful, with intricate beads and feathers hanging from its web-like center. She instantly fell in love with it and felt a deep sense of peace emanating from it. That night, Elizabeth hung the Dreamcatcher above her bed, thinking it would bring her good dreams, and she soon drifted off to sleep. She found herself in a strange, otherworldly realm, surrounded by shadows and whispers. In the distance, she saw a figure moving towards her. It walked like a spider, had a skull with red eyes and twisted horns, its skin black as night. Elizabeth tried to run, but her feet felt like lead. The creature reached out a clawed hand towards her, its sharp nails glinting in the dim light. As the spider's grip closed around her, Elizabeth woke up in a cold sweat. It was just a nightmare, she told herself. But when she looked up, she saw the Dreamcatcher swaying gently above her. And she could have sworn she saw a spider, with red glowing eyes, the center of the Dreamcatcher. Night after night, Elizabeth was plagued by terrifying dreams of the creature. It would whisper her name, beckoning her to join it in the darkness. She tried to rid herself of the Dreamcatcher and tried to toss it into a trash can, but it seemed to have a hold on her, stuck to her hand like a fly in a web, refusing to be cast aside. She tried to pull it off with her other hand, but found both her hands attached to the Dreamcatcher. She sat back down on her bed in tears, wishing she had never accepted the cursed thing. But then, it just fell off her hands, landing on her lap. Elizabeth sprang to her feet, the Dreamcatcher falling to the floor with a thud. Desperate for answers, Elizabeth went to a local psychic for help. Together they came back to Elizabeth's house. But the Dreamcatcher was not on the floor where she had left it. No, it was hanging back on the wall over the head of her bed, just like she had originally placed it. The psychic took one look at the Dreamcatcher and gasped in horror. "That object is cursed," she whispered, her eyes wide with fear. "It has trapped a powerful entity, feeding off your dreams and growing stronger with each passing night." The spider skull-looking creature emerged from the Dreamcatcher, its eyes blazing with fury. It lunged at Elizabeth, its claws slashing through the air. But Elizabeth stood her ground, her heart pounding in her chest. She swung the hammer with all her might. Once, twice, 3 times. The Dreamcatcher shattered into 1,000 pieces. The entity let out a deafening screech, its form dissipating into smoke and shadows. As the last echoes of its cry faded away, Elizabeth felt a sense of relief wash over her. The curse had been broken, and the entity banished back to the realm from whence it came. But as she surveyed the wreckage of the Dreamcatcher, Elizabeth knew that she would never forget the terror it had brought into her life. And she vowed to never again dabble in forces beyond her control, lest she unleash something even more sinister than she could imagine. But it was far from over. No, the Dreamcatcher would have another victim. And as the psychic showed up at the rented booth for work, there hung the Dreamcatcher, swaying silently in the chill morning breeze. A foggy mist rolled in, enveloping them both, an eerie red glow, and then a cry was heard from within.